Hello everyone. So I won't stream a lot today. Um, Normally you shouldn't hear much of the music. I configured, had some sound shenanigans. Basically, it was a bit too high, and that should be more or less the correct one. So the fan from the computer shouldn't be like super obvious. So we said, I believe so at least. Um, Shit, so I don't know what I want to talk today because last time talking about incrementalism and shit, and it's kind of a mess problem. So basically, uh, the gist of it is mm, I don't know how to express that because basically the thing is, no, the music is too fucking loud. I know what I'm going to put some Star Trek. That's what I always do. But in order to sleep well, I thought you have like all these ambient noises, and I'm a big Trekkie, so I thought normally first I did plain sounds noises, like the deep noise from the plane, from the engines and shit. But lately, I use the one from the Voyager or the Enterprise from the new generation. I sleep like a fucking baby. So, oh my god. I wanted to show you some stuff about ecology which interests me, like wanted to criticize this from a ecological point of view. It's I don't know, man. This I'm very tired today. I made a Twitter. I made a Twitter and I don't want to troll people with this Twitter. Listen, here's the thing. I know that if I use Twitter to troll people, like most of my adversaries in the field, I probably get more views. But basically, Twitter works in a way where like they open your mind, they open your cranium, they take out your brain on the. That's basically it. You become an idiot. I I I I looked a bit at the political leftoid Twitter with I don't know Vosh, Bad Empanada, the Wolfona, and it's so retarded. It's so retarded. And the worst is, I know really smart people in our field became dumb in Twitter. They just become dumb. So imagine dumb people. I generally don't want to use it. The only reason I want to use it is why Pierre Menesso, whatever. I'm not a football fan, but the only reason as if they were going to free the dolphin from Epcot. Like, come on. Um, the only reason I want to use it is just to have an idea of what other people are doing, and I don't know, man. Basically, I want to use that. But who's the following? But she's kind of dead, so I'll follow her just for the. No, I don't want to unfollow my poor fucking dead friend. Um, I don't believe Andrew has huh. Is Russell on fucking Russell? Are you on Twitter? I think it's Orsinus Oka. I don't believe he is. No. Yeah, he is. Hello, friend. Um. No, I don't believe Andrew is on Twitter. The thing is, I would like to because this I want to make that is the official Twitter, so I can't just I didn't knew you could. Interesting. What is that? I don't want to I don't want to troll people or say stupid shit. Oh, that's interesting that he linked to that. Yeah, I remember that text. He showed it to me a long time ago. But wait, what's that? Mind Prod. That's old as fuck. That's interesting. I like this kind of like archiving of all that shit. Right? Yeah. You were racist. Why? This is from 2002. Well, like, I'm critical of indigenous wedding, but this is the kind of stuff that I don't put on Twitter because I know I'm going to get fucked in the ass with my consent by a trillion picru leftoids which don't want to think about. I know that sounds interesting. Well, I mean it is, but interesting. You know what? I'm going to archive this into indigenous whaling. Um, um, yeah, that should be right. Normally you shouldn't, because last time my stream was destroyed by a sound mixing issue. First, did not make sound. Like my thing is, I think we can have a dialogue with those people, which I think we can have a reasonable dialogue and try to negotiate stuff. Like, oh no, I wish I had friends in the indigenous community that were directly concerned by the whole Welling shenanigan, and I could like have a friendly conversation. I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. Oh no, that's from 2014. Okay. Yeah, it's not just food in the sense as a cultural aspect. Yeah, but that's the problem, right? I mean, that doesn't justify. In the end of the day, they still kill a whale. I mean, the justification of hunting through the fact that some indigenous people worship or consider some of the non-humans species they hunt as event person analogs and whatnot is not surprising. You see that in the Amazon and whatnot. This is not. Yeah, that's the tricky part. You know, that's the tricky thing. Like, how can you like hardly respect a whale by? I know the rhetorics, the contrast with industrial whaling or whatnot, but nonetheless, this is why again first contact is crucial. I mean, it's a Tony situation. There's no right and wrong on that. I mean, I I do believe that I'm still anti-whaling, but I'm not going to pretend that this is a simple black and white situation. It's not. There's not a lot of people in that boat. Oh, whatever. Who can I chicken rolling? What a piece of shit. Go back to Turf Island. Who can I follow? I don't want to follow some of my anti-sea friends and whatnot. Not on this one because fuck. I don't want to follow the people I don't like. Maybe there are more neutral people I could try to just for the sake of it. I don't want to troll people or whatever. This is not cool. I want to have a I want to have like a friend, not friendly conversation, but at least a cordial. Yeah, like who's? Oh fuck yeah, and Cap. Uh, she followed them, so let's. I don't like them, but it's not that I don't like them. It's that they're, you know, mainstream organization with everything it implies. Because what I wanted to say, I'll just follow them for the interest. I didn't know that about the this is. I'm just I'm just going to. I don't like them, but you know, for the sake of it, I'm just. So I have like an idea of what the fuck are they are doing, and what could I tweet? Uh, like, hey, let's be Trump for 2 seconds. I know what are the idiots doing? What I know what I like Vosge, but you know I like to come here an idiot. What is Vosge saying? What is Vosge saying? Uh, like isn't there like a way to speak on Twitter, like a corporate way? Like, is there like an etiquette? I mean, no, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to I'm going to post this. I'm going to just say we have an official Twitter. If you want to follow, I'll just, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to basically what I want to say is first water. Oh, I don't have water. Whatever. The thing I want to say is basically that we kind of stuck. Oh shit. Oh shit. Come on. Oh well. Can I change that and put? You know what? I'm going to pay Paris, France. This is going to be the website. It's kind of shit. Just not doing something very interesting right now. I'm just trying to. Are you dead? No, I don't. This is. I don't know. Did people pay attention? I don't. Oh, what the fuck is. You know what? Fuck that. I'm going to make a trolling Twitter. I mean, not a trolling Twitter, but a way to communicate things. And I'm really cautious about it. And I already have a Twitter, but I never use that. Mm. No, you know what? No, I don't know. I'm hesitating. No, you know what? I can already like fucking tease. Already can fucking tease. I'm going to I can do that. Can play the corporate boy. Wait, fuck. Um, always have issues with. No, the way it functions in that fucking website. Facebook groups are a mess. They don't. They're not very well done from an ergonomic point of view. I wish. Mm, wonder if Francis is on the fucking Twitter. Doesn't seem to be the case. He may, but First tweet. To be honest, I don't know what can I do with that tweet. The problem is, the thing is, I'm kind of in a doomer mode. I want to talk about incrementalism in our field. The gist of it is basically, I obviously, in theory, I prefer a situation where cetaceans are in better conditions. I mean, the captive one, right, are in better conditions than before. But like, the thing when it comes to a very particular field is that it's not as if most activists were considering that incremental change and then actively pushing for better change and for liberation. The internal programmation of this activism is that there is a sort of end of history narrative, right? That the so-called sanctuary will come over and then no one does anything. On it was the state of fact was exemplified by the World Sea Life website, right? When they paused for against the fact that Sea Life had those three, well, no, two captive belugas in their dolphinarium in Shanghai, I believe. And then when they did this stupid sanctuary, they basically just washed their hands and fucked off. And that's terrible. The fact that they can even think about inspecting the place or still having this place under scrutiny or having some kind of semblance of a critical discourse is extremely symptomatic of here's the thing, it's not an external problem, it's not a conspiracy, it's not that somehow some people managed to trick the activism. It was, to quote a video game that I love, the game was rigged from the start. It was always like that. It was going to be like that. Our activism is made in such a way that, in a way or another, it was going toward a collaboration with the industry. The thing is, I tried to push for years for creating a sort of alternative activism of the World Cetacean thingy, making altruism with young leftists, from my generation, Zoomer or millennials. It can work. It can't work. It can work because, for many reasons. I mean, it can work in theory. The problem is not there. our activism basically managed to win, and it didn't win, it just lose, but win for two reasons. First, because it was backed up by big organizations like the WDC, like Born Free, like all these fucking idiots, right? Big fucking organization that, especially when it comes to the WDC, aren't just about captivity, but about situation in general. Two, those big organizations have strong relations to states and have like strong links with states. States come to them when it comes to understand specific problems relating to those issues. And three, because apart from the Woolwich Barry thing, basically because they collaborated with underdogs from the industry that profited from the activist sphere to basically pull out a string from the side and take power from the side. There were uh, parts of the industry that were still in the shadows and managed to get more power thanks to the activists. That's it. Leftoids don't do that. We leftists typically try to not collaborate a lot with states. We are not backed up by big organization, especially if these organizations have like incestuous relationships to states, and we don't sell or sell to the devil. We don't sell our soul to capitalism, basically. And the thing is, when you look at those organizations, they're very vertical. It's not like a lot of people trying to collaborate with each other. That's why leftism has a lot of infighting, right? It's very horizontal. Everyone has a voice, everyone has something to say. And those big organizations are very vertical. You have a sea of soccer moms like participating into tweet storms or like signing petitions. But I mean, basically, they just, they don't have a voice here. There are three or four people that have a voice, and that's it. That's it. Uh, and leftism is all about horizontal collaboration, is creating networks, is, all that. And that's why I hope that first contact will change things, because I hope situation will be fully included in this collaboration. You can do that with if we sell ourselves to the devil, if we just try to go the big organization route on tight collaboration with state or have some kind of capitalism. I mean, here's the thing. Um, I thought very seriously. I thought very seriously at some point about this is an idea that Rothschild, for instance, put forward, but it's basically a derivation of Kel de Vassar's ideas and some of Lily's ideas, which is let's create some kind of anti-sanctuary model, right? Like we free them without nets or whatever, and we have them hang around on some kind of place where they could enter and be in some kind of safe space, and but they wouldn't be captives. They could do whatever the fuck they want, or like talk to humans and create some kind of cross-cultural space or whatever the fuck. And what we thought about creating some kind of saucer-shaped floating structure or whatnot, and that would be great, right? But like, I mean, I mean, yeah, sure. If we try to go the capitalist route, we may find a way to do that. But well, is this the solution, right? I mean, without first contact, I don't see how this. Without first contact, basically, cetacea will be just understood as de facto animals. That's the thing, and I don't see how there's a way out of this without first contact. I don't see that. Um, Basic leftists, even the people which are anti-civ or which are in amprims or into ecology, whatever the fuck, they don't have the manpower to help us. They don't have the manpower to. I mean, oh my god, oh my god, that's whatever. That's just having that many tweets. Like, imagine whatever. Just because 1488 is basically a Nazi dog whistle. That's why it's funny. So basically, it's what I wanted to say is without first contact, it's impossible to do field thingies. I mean, basically, there's We're important. The only thing we can do is like what? Insult our enemies on Twitter, mock us, call them. Like, come on. We will be like, I don't want to be the same idiotic activist that try to cancel people online like the other leftoids. It's not a praxis. It doesn't work. Even if it works, it's stupid. I mean, it works. No, it won't work. But like, I think we can gather some people and create a fan base among people of my generation. But what would be the point then? Try to win the online discourse, some kind of culture war. I mean, those people have the money. They're backed up by the money. They're backed up by the states. They're backed up by the public opinion. We would just be a bunch of marginal anarchists trying to pull off some kind of discourse. I mean, they control the narrative and this end of the story. Even on the big stuff, like this, what Visser did with Bob the Killer Whale was egregious, criminal even. Yet, do you think she was cancelled online for that? No. Not only those people control the discourse, but humanity control the discourse. You know what I mean? In the end of the day, humanity is the one that wins. Anthropocentrism wins. The only way that we can like pull off something big is by, well, it's basically by creating some kind of paradigm shift. On that will be first contact. I don't see another way of that. Out of that, my hope is that post contact people will be motivated. They will see something so extraordinary, so off the charts, that basically be motivated enough to join us, or not just join us, but create their own um, first contact projects in other parts of the world with other cetaceans, and spread the word. But I don't see another way out. I just don't see another way out. Uh, the silencing of cetaceans, unfortunately, is the big problem here. Cetaceans, elephants, and whatnot. And I don't know. I'm in a doomer phase. I may change my mind, but I try to experiment with Twitter, not canceling people, not be a fucking idiot on Twitter, but like spreading views, trying to question. I try the usual thing, try to interview people on the YouTube channel, on trying to have some debates, but I don't think this. I'd go forward with that, but in a very doomer mentality. I don't think this will succeed. I think may I'll try. Maybe we'll find some allies for. I don't know. I'm just navigating blind here. Mm. No, it's the same usual shit. I'm not. This is not interesting. This is dumb. Huh. Who can I? Interesting. Already? Paris, Paris, Paris. No, not economic evidence. Oh my god, they want you. No, haven't censored that. Oh yeah, they want you to pay. Well, I may do that, but they don't ask for a lot of money, but nonetheless, what could I tweet? I could do a dumb. I don't know. I don't want to go into the Piku Focus Scolding rewarded. I don't know, man. Hmm. Oh well, that was stupid. Oh, I can follow a topic. That's interesting. For instance, what could I do? Ripple cryptocurrency. Let me show you. That's funny. Seriously, Scorpion Taurus in horticulture. What the fuck, man? Cryptocurrency. Isn't there something about ecology or super? Okay. Let's. Isn't there something about like fucking? I love dinosaur and paleontology, but this is. Let's dating. Yeah, let's put nature. Obviously, like dislike all of this, but let's put. This is just in order to basically have an idea of how the fuck all this shit works. Whatever. Um, Seriously, what the fuck? This is getting noticed. I could make it. I could make a private account, but uh, I could follow. He's probably on Twitter. I think it's him. Yeah. Oh. Could I follow? No, she's not here. Push. No, this is. I'm not going to put any fucking leftoid on there. This is just basically an official thingy. I'm not going to troll people. This is basically just. I want, and again, I want to have a cordial discussion with human beings. Even I try to use the Twitter map to bring some people with it, like not by trying to provocate them or be a fucking piece of shit, but like being, cordial and being, hey, listen, I disagree with this. Let's have a discussion. Hey, that would be an interesting topic to explore. Blah blah. Uh, oh, this is boring. Um, I wanted to talk about other topics relating to ecology. On oh no, man, this is funny though. Uh, there's a video of this spiffing breed that says they can breathe freeland in Scotland. I don't. That must be a joke, right? Because if I could like buy freeland in Scotland, I will use it to create like a protected area for biodiversity and shit. Um, although well, you need money for that. I was very intrigued by this motherfucker. Look, so this person basically bought a fucking. He bought a fucking island. Who the fuck? This looks nice from a biodiversity point of view. So it's probably full of storms on events that prevent, there's no fresh water and whatnot. But it's interesting from a. Wait, what animal is this? Oh, it's a little pig. Yeah, it must be in the Caribbean. What is censoring with? Oh, yeah, they're basically returning to monkey. Who the fuck? In real life Minecraft. Who the fuck this guy? I want to understand though. Who comes those places are for sale though? Who sell them? The government, some private agency? This is so weird because it's small, sure, but from a biodiversity point of view, those places should be valorized, not just because of the land, but most importantly because of the coral reef around. Is there some kind of speculation thingy when they know that no one is going to settle there? So they basically like speculate on that, like Golden K. Okay. I don't understand that. I'm sorry, I go kind of off topic from cetaceans, but this floors me. Like how? Yeah, because there's like a trillion islands there. So basically, that would be it, right? But it's underwater. Is it there? No, this is inhabited. Odd. Yeah, no, I don't think. Yeah, like they have Somaliland, they don't care. That's interesting. Maybe it was military. I love looking at maps. If you didn't notice, is this like artificial or probably? Wait, all of this is plantation? Oh my god, this is so horrible. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, like, look at this shit. This is probably the monoculture of something. I can't believe. Look at who's like quadrillé, like on a the entirety of the island. Is this some kind of like national park? Yeah, like these areas. Sorry, I have to send South Tobacco. Oh, there's an independence movement of that. It's interesting. Lumber. Yeah, that probably is. I wanted, I don't think he will ever respond, but I wanted to do a segment about the thylacine. I love the idea that maybe some animals that we believe extinct are still alive, especially the Tasmanian tiger from Tasmania. But there's a whole polemic in the last days because some person claimed to have photographed them, and the photographs are ambiguous and whatnot. But I don't know, man. The island is bigger. Apparently, there were no thylacine in Flinders Island, but I wonder if, who knows though? I mean, especially this spot. Look at how everything was like. Oh my god, look at that. I recuse the notion of nature or whatnot, but when you look at this shit, like, look at that. This Twitter. Why though? For fucking ships? Ship, not ship. 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 How the fuck do you pronounce? Whatever. For cattle? Look at this shit. They left some strips of. This is disaster. New Zealand as well is. Look at that. Look at that. Why? 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 And this is kind of nice. Sometimes like this guy he decided that he will let some trees grow there so he could make a mini. No, what I just Gibbs farm is, I'm a big art fan. I love that kind of stuff with the big monuments in the middle of like plains. But Gibbs farm is the essential, is the quintessential mistake when it comes from an ecological point of view. This is impressive. Like the Wolf volcano, everything was stripped down. Every patch of forest was completely stripped down. Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. No forest anymore. But all around the fucking volcano, because it's a national park, it was basically left alone, save for like those small sections for some reason. But you go out of the section and hello there, civilization. It's fucked. So fucked. Look at that shit. Looks like a pimple, but it's so fucking beautiful. Where is Gibbs from? Yeah, that's it. Because like this place is, listen, I like what Anish Kapoor does, but like, come on. Because basically, the guy has, this would be long to explain and I'm tired, but I'll do it anyway because I'm fucking. So basically, this guy, what's he? Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's so nice. Oh my god, I need to go to New Zealand. Oh, look at that thing. It looks so fresh. Looks so beautiful. I would like to open my mouth and drink all of the fresh water from that place. It looks nice with civilization. No, so Gibbs Farm. I want to show you the Anish Kapoor trumpet. Oh fuck, Yes, the Kapoor trumpet, and then the other. it's so fucking like there's this billionaire whatever that bought this whole area and basically like look at this shit. Like let me explain you the problem with that place. So I do that because I don't want like no safe for work thing appearing by mistake, which will get me in trouble with YouTube. So like look at the look. Here's the thing: this place is not public; it's a private place. No one visits it. Okay, only one time a year, or like what maximum 1 month a year, but not even that. Less than that, it's open to the public and people can visit it. But most of the time, it's not. So you have that Windows 95 completely artificial landscape being maintained every day of the year. You see like the grooves, you see that there's a guy every day that goes with the lawnmower, unloads the mow. Okay, sometimes you have a nice like this orocaria that probably comes from Norfolk or New Caledonia that was planted there. So it's nice, but like you only have this monoculture of some probably European grass species that they have to maintain all the fucking time. Those introduced species like cows, emus, ostriches, giraffes. This is a fake one, but they're live one. Like this, those are the emus. I believe the emus on the ostriches are like free, but then obviously the giraffes are captives. And it's like private zoo with everything it implies in terms of ethics and whatnot. I think you learn, no, you're not learning anything. This is interesting though because I don't like ostriches. They don't seem captive here, but ostriches normally are quite dangerous. So I like when those kind of horizontal free relationships are rift between humans and non-humans in a very specific context. But here they're clearly captive and whatnot. So and this is for me scandalous because this guy basically bought these whole areas that he basically doesn't make money from it. Well, he probably does in the more indirect sense of everything that has to do with, well, he's a mecene, but it probably plays a role in everything that has to do with investment in art and speculation on art and whatnot. But this whole area, he could make it like a genuine reservation or like endemic species, like um, all these New Zealand endemic songbirds, tuateras and whatnot, could be preserved with anti-rat slash anti-cat and anti-mouse fences. Like there's another sanctuary that does that in New Zealand, but instead of doing that, like a fenced areas with those species could thrive, he does that shit. He does that shit. Like you're a billionaire and you go to New Zealand and instead of buying the terrain to make like a real reservation, you do that shit. Like, come on. And then I don't think there's a reservation. They're more like sawmill, lumber mill shit. But it shows you that it wasn't naturally like a plant. This is naturally. But like, it's probably a. This looks like lumber mill culture, but it clearly was forested at some point when you look at the patches of forest and whatnot. And this is interesting. I wonder if maybe it's one of those islands where Tuatara still exists. I don't think so, but because Tuataras are very small islands. Nah, no, I don't think so. No, it's a residential recharge. Oh yes, ecological restoration. Oh, they're killing all the poor wallabies. Shit, I know who I'm going to interview. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to interview one of my NTC friends. I'm going to interview Julian Lange. Julian Lange is pretty poker. I'm going to do that. What are the islands where there are still Chuataras? Chuataras are those primitive lizards that are not technically lizards, squamadas. They're basically the last species of rhynchocephalia that exist today. This nice block here, and it's for they must have been cave kidnappers. They must have been introduced here for in the context of reintroduction or whatnot. Quite possible. Oh, proposed. Okay. Why this place is particular? Assisted colonization. Oh my god, look at all these fucking farms. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. If I lived in New Zealand, I would try to push for ecological change and shit because, like, come on. Fucking British people. I mean, the Maoris weren't perfect. They exterminated the Moas and whatnot, but, like, come on, man. That's interesting. So basically, they have this wall. This is probably, yeah, it's. I think it's Morocco. Oh, that's interesting. There must be a stream. And you can see the. I don't know if the giant ferns, but, like, this looks like some kind of monoculture. Maybe wrong, but. And then it's a completely different ecology here. Why? That's interesting. Doesn't have a name, but I wonder. Oh, yeah. That's interesting from a geological point of view. Burning some shit. I would love to go to New Zealand. Absolutely love that. And then Australia, obviously, man. Oh well. Hey, who's Twitter? The civilization Peter. What is my friend saying? Oh, it's probably some Lucifer thingy. I suggested this to him. Oh my. Yeah, I don't agree with him on everything, but oh well, he's a friend. Per medium retweet or something. No, it wasn't retweeted yet. People don't retweet. Mm. I could retweet something, but I don't know. What are the whatever. I'm bored. I think I'll stop streaming. I'll make a segment of the thing and. Oh well.